Hey there. Hope you had a wonderful Independence Day, a long weekend. I know a lot of folks were able to spend some family time and have some fun together, and I hope that was true of you. And glad that you're joining us for our Monday update. And as usual, we have three things to discuss. So let's get to number one, and that is our youth mission trip. Our youth mission trip actually starts a week from today. Our kids are going to be at Callaway Hills Elementary School, and they've been invited there to help serve, do some light maintenance and some grounds work and things like that. And they're cooperating, our church, also with First Baptist Church Fulton, Genesis Church in Mexico, and Centennial Baptist Church in Mexico. And so we should have a good crew blessing the folks out at Callaway Hills Elementary, and you can help bless them as well. First of all, you can pray for them as they're working, and as this is kind of an in for our church to begin working and supporting the effort there at Callaway Hills. By the way, one of the ways you can do that is you can be a mentor to students out there, and basically you would be matched with a student, commit about a half hour every week while the school is going on, and just be, for some of you, just be a grandparent to a student out there, parent, whatever. You spend time with them, you talk with them. It's something I've done, not at Callaway Hills, but something I've done for about 5 years now. I've been tremendously blessed by it and enjoyed getting to know the student that I was paired with, and you can do that too. But back to our mission trip, you can help our students as well if you would like to help prepare or provide meals. They need lunch and supper, just our group. And right now we have on the order of 7 to 10 kids and workers who will be in our group for the week. And so we would love for you to be a part of that. Also, on Tuesday night, you have a special opportunity to bless our kids, and that is by joining them in worship. The group will be here at Union Hill for worship that night, and it'll probably start around 7:30. I think Ben told me that they have blocked off 7 to 9, but they'll do an activity probably before that. But if you're sitting here somewhere in that range, you can join them for worship, and that's a tremendous blessing. I know, because we've been at North Dakota, and when the local folks came to join us, it was always a neat deal, and I believe it blessed them too. So I know you'll get a blessing out of being at worship. That's next Tuesday, so let's see, that would be the 14th, and you could join our students and the students on this mission team for worship on Tuesday night. They'll be at the other churches the other nights, so Tuesday night is our chance to be with them physically while they worship. And I encourage you, if you want to help, if you want to do that, just show up here on Tuesday night. If you want to help in any other way with the mission trip, we'll contact Ben about that. He would love to have your help and do that as soon as possible. All right, number two, a different kind of mission emphasis, and that is we're going to have a special guest on July 19th, the Sunday after our youth mission trip. Shane Sanderson, our brother who lives now in Guatemala, in Santa Cruz del Quiche. That's the place we went, our mission team here from Union Hill Baptist Church. When we went to Guatemala, we went to help and bless the children and workers at Casa de Mi Padre. And Shane is the director and founder of Casa de Mi Padre. And he's going to be back in the States for a few days. And one of those days, he let us know that he was available. And so in our evening service on July 19th, he's going to come speak to us. I know those of you who went with us to Guatemala will be excited to see Shane again and get to visit with him. But also, all of you would be blessed by hearing what they do at Casa de Mi Padre, and seeing his pictures, hearing his stories, how that all went, and of course, have a chance to pray for them and support them. I'm sure you'll learn more details about that. He will have the message on July 19th in our evening service. I hope you'll come and be a part of that. I'm excited to see Shane again, and excited for many more of you get to meet him. He is a very sweet, special man, a special brother in Christ, to bless these children and to move from his own country to a place that none of us had ever heard of before, until we got there and visited, just simply to impact families, and particularly teenagers who desperately need a family, who desperately need a place to stay. I told him then, I think I've mentioned it at church, Casa de Mi Padre is the closest thing to heaven I've ever seen on earth. And you'll get to see what I mean when Shane is here. And that again is July 19th at 6 p.m. And then number 3, finally, it is time to say yay, 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 yes to the VBS. And if you've never heard that and you think the pastor has just developed a stutter, well, you've never been at VBS before, at least not in recent years, and we would love to have you. Our VBS is going to be very different this year, and we need some different kind of help. So trying to figure out how we can do things safely for our workers and our kids and put out a high quality event. We have decided, I say we, our children's ministry team and our VBS leadership has gotten together and dreamed and brainstormed, and we have come up with this plan. We're going to have a kind of a drive-through or drive-in VBS. And so the idea is that the families will come in their cars and stay in their cars pretty much for the whole event, but they'll drive around our building like the plan as it is right now. And all of this is subject to us working out the details as we move along, because some of this we've never done before, so we're going to be trying it. But our intention is to have them come around the building, like on the north side, the office side, or the right side as you pull in the parking lot. You're going to come around the building there and probably get their snack. We'll have that prepackaged and we'll just hand that out. So we'll need some volunteers to hand that to the kids who are in the car, and they'll get their snack and they'll pull around behind the main building, kind of on the gym door side of the activities building, that square, which is right behind me now. And there we'll have a kind of a stage set up where they can watch the story. They'll stay again in their cars. We'll park them there. That's another item we need, is traffic directing volunteers, folks to direct parking and let folks know where they're going. And so it'll take a pretty good jag of those folks. So if you would like to help us direct traffic, you can help us with VBS there. So they're going to pull in, and we're going to arrange them in such a way that they can see the stage and try to get probably 18 or so cars, or so 18 or so families at a time, and they'll be able to watch the story acted out. And we'll present the story each night from a stage. And so we need some great storytellers, or even better would be not somebody just to tell the story, but a group of folks to act out the story and to bring some excitement to that, and something the kids will be engaged by. Again, they'll be in their cars, they'll have their snack, which will help, but then we need to communicate the story to them, and we need some help with that. So then once the story's over, they'll take a little bit of time and they'll sit still for that. And then once the story's over, they'll pull around and get a craft bag that they can, supplies that they can take home and do craft. We won't try to do craft in the car. Those of you who are parents with VBS age children, I'm sure you are delighted to learn that we are not intending to let glitter loose in your car. We'll have crafts together for each night, and the kids will get to take those home, and you'll have instructions and maybe be able to see a model as you pull through, so that you can do that with the families can do that with their children when they get home. And they'll pull on around probably to the parking lot between the main building and the cemetery, that our big paved parking lot, and we'll have a stage set up there to do our worship time, our typical worship rally. So we'll have the music, the actions. At that point, we'll park them in such a way that they can get out of their cars if they want, but stay right beside their car, so everybody stays physically distanced as we should at this time. But they can also get out and do the actions and participate and holler and be crazy, because you got to have some of that for VBS, or it's not quite VBS. So anyway, that's our plan. And right now, that's how we're going to tackle it. There could be some adjustments as we go along, because we're going to learn as we go along. But that all starts on July 26th, and we'll go Monday through Thursday that week. I misspoke the other day about using Friday for cushion. If we get canceled by weather, we'll just have to move the days around a little bit and decide what we're going to miss. But we're praying over that we'd have good weather, that we would be able to do this outside in this drive-through fashion. But we're going to go Sunday night through Thursday night. And I hope you'll help. Obviously, we need some folks who are willing to do worship. We have some folks who will lead that, but also some folks who will support that stage crew there. The other thing we're hoping to get, and so if you have a contact here or you have a piece of equipment yourself, what we would love, the theme this year is cranes and construction. And we would love to have actual construction equipment around our parking lot that the kids could see and use as props on the stages and things like that. We would love to have backhoes or front end loaders or dump trucks or road graders or cranes. You think, my gosh, how are we going to get all that? Well, I don't know. We're going to ask some folks that we have contacts with, but if you know some folks who might be willing to park their equipment up here, they could leave it for the week, but most probably most of that stuff's being used. And so if they would just bring it here at the end of the day and park it overnight in our lot, come get it in the morning and leave it here during VBS, we would love that. Now, there's a couple places to stop. The schedule is that we're going to have a group start the story at 6:30, and then we'll have a second group start at 7:15. So that's kind of the plan. I know some of that's going to be hard to understand until we see it, but if you can help, you contact Christy Smith or call us here in the office. Also, we'll have a sign-up sheet on our realm announcements on the internet through your email here just shortly that you could sign up to help with VBS. But if you want to help, you get a hold of us some way, either through that sign-up sheet, calling us in the office, getting a hold of Christy Smith. We will find you a job. We want you to be a part of this very special VBS. I'm so excited at the creativity of our children's ministry team and our VBS leadership to come up with a way to do this, to bless our families. Our kids have been the hardest hit in this whole stay-at-home orders, the shutdown. Our ministry to children has been the hardest thing to figure out how to do effectively. We're starting a few things, and I'm really excited that we can do VBS in this very creative way, and hope again that you'll pray for us and that you will come help us. Well, that's the 3 topics for today. Again, thanks for joining us on our Monday update. We will see you again very, very soon.